Mexico was a despotic government, if you recall, a dictatorship. The vast majority of the Mexicans, Hispanic, let's not call them Mexicans, Hispanic origin people, north of what's now Mexico, were in favor of the United States taking over. Initially, I don't want to give a history lesson here, but the Mexican government needed workers so bad, this was so underpopulated up in the desert region, they begged Anglos to come down there to Texas. When they got down there, they demanded they had to go to the Catholic Church, and I'm not talking about religion here, but they imposed duties on them, and they finally messed with these old boys so much they started a revolution, created the state of Texas, and it snowballed from there. They pushed us into it. As far as, I won't debate that we shouldn't keep giving Mexico money. It's always been a despotic government. And it's the same way today. But they're not wanting to become part of us. We don't want to adopt Mexico. Goodness. We got enough problems as it is. If their income level is less than ours, well, so be it. So is 90% of the world. Now, Europe, they don't have this problem. They have a shortage of trade of workers in Germany, but the last thing they want is more people coming into their country. You got to call a halt to it. We don't have extra jobs up here. They have more jobs in Mexico. Can we send our jobs down here because of the low wages and deprive us? When they come up here, what jobs are they going to get? There isn't any. There's no jobs up here for them. We're not a magnet to bring them up here now. But what do they want to do? What's La Raza? That's the umbrella group of the Hispanics. The race. They want to create a separate nation in the Southwest. They make no bones about it. They're not going to become part of us. See, that's the difference between the European immigrants that came over here. We're all from an area no bigger than the United States, all of here. And they were coming over here, and they're basically the same culture. They weren't wanting to start a new nation. But they do. They went through Aztlan. They got a name for it. We don't have that. This isn't something that's made up. But we don't have a world economy. We got an economy that China now owns the United States. We better start having a national economy again. We're destroying the United States economically with this free trade garbage. You know, what's free trade? That was the story why we had to have NAFTA. To send all these jobs to Mexico. Even let their truckers come up here even though they don't reach our safety standards. What does it do? Throw Americans out of work. Well, when do we get to think about ourselves? We got 310 million people and not enough jobs for them. We have to worry about our own people. You know, this is a common sense. And I feel sorry for people in Bangladesh and the Philippines and Chile and every place else. But then, let me switch this. We're not just talking about Mexico. I was watching the Border Patrol the other night of the people they had captured coming across in this country. They were from 40 different countries. They're not just coming from Mexico. You know what? Mexico has one of the strongest borders in the nation, south, against Panama. And they come up there, the Mexican government puts them in trucks. This is a fact. And brings them to the American border and dumps them in T-Town. And then they come across our border. And when we deport them, we take them, catch them on the border, and sometimes it's dangerous. These boys get killed all the time, these border patrolmen. Take them around, put them over there, and they just come right back across. There's no punishment. There's nothing that impedes them from coming right back. And the border is a sieve. And can we block it? Well, sure we can. We have the technology, we have the manpower, that'll give us jobs. We got the Marines, the Army, the National Guard units, they can do the job. Just give them the job to do. And it's not there, but in the harbors, on the east and west coast, even from Canada, if necessary. We have got to protect our borders. We got to consider ourselves. Our economy's in terrible shape. And our people are in terrible shape, and we just don't have the money to adopt Mexico. We just can't afford to do it. Let's worry about Americans first, and I know that sounds like a horrible thing to say, but let's worry about our own people. Charity begins at home. Let's worry about your neighbors and your children and your friends. Let's worry about our own people first.
Time.